Welcome back to Capital City Sunday. I am joined by Madison's own 2nd District Congressman Mark Pocan. Welcome to the show. Welcome back.
Oh, thank you, Greg. Glad to be here.
What has it been like in Congress? Let's talk about that first. I mean, I know that you went in there as a freshman and had been in the State Assembly for a long time. You said to me that off camera a while ago that it doesn't work the same way as the State Assembly did.
Yeah. Well, first of all, I mean, everything that people think about Washington being dysfunctional is pretty much correct. It's very different on how they actually try to proceed to get things done than we had at the state capitol. You know, I'm used to working where we'd spend 8 hours a day, 3 days a week, 4 months developing a budget, and then here, you know, we do them very quickly. There's not a lot of detail. It's a very different process. But I spent most of my time trying to develop relationships, get to know people on both sides of the aisle that I could try to work with, trying to figure out how to use our Wisconsin common sense and get things done in Washington.
And I know that you have been sounding the warning bell on sequester for a long time. You were here a few months back saying these are some of the things that are going to get cut right away, Head Start, things like that. We're now a month into it, and what have you seen? What do you expect to see?
Well, I think you're going to keep finding out about more things that affect real people because of the cuts. My real problem with the idea behind the sequester is, generally if you don't like a program, and people have plenty of programs they don't like, you should cut those programs and put investments in programs that are valuable. Sequester does a across-the-board blunt cut to everything, good and bad. So you still have 95% of a bad program, but you've lost some value in good programs. So it's really how that's going to affect the economy, and I think the fact that we could lose literally, I think it's 700,000 or 800,000 jobs because of the sequester, including about 36,000 in Wisconsin. That's my real concern.
Sure.
Is that it doesn't really focus the cuts like we would when you're properly doing a budget. Get rid of those bad programs, but instead you're really just giving everything a similar hit.
I know I mentioned Head Start. They've already taken about a 5% cut. There have been some that have had to furlough people. There have been some that have said we're not going to contribute to your retirement benefits. I'm not talking specifically here in Madison or Wisconsin, but these are some of the effects we've had. Is that one specific program that you've seen cuts in here? And if so, what are some others that have seen cuts?
Yeah, I think a real good example, we met with some UW professors and researchers, and UW is going to see about a $35 million hit. About half of that funding comes from NIH, National Institute of Health, and those funds, watching the effect of those on what the UW is really big. It's not just a number that you're going to see a cut. It's actually cutting programs that help people to relieve pain for people with cancer. It's going to take away, there's a study they're working on trying to help bring manufacturing back to the U.S. and finding advanced manufacturing ways to do that, to bring those jobs back. That's going to be cut. And when you start talking to the researchers and seeing how that money's cut, it's jobs right here, but more importantly, it's really important research. The president told us that he thinks it's about a 2-year delay that we're going to have in research because of the sequester cuts this year alone. And that really affects us finding cures and finding advances that can keep us competitive globally.
Yeah, and I know that the military